Hi, I'm Destin Jacobus, and after my last video that I did back in the spring, review of the Kai MPD32, got a lot of requests to do a video or explain a little bit more about my setup. So for a lot of you musicians and producers who are just getting started, here's some different tips and ideas as far as setting up your basic home studio. Enjoy. Alright, first things first, I think most everyone these days who's looking into doing a studio at home is going to be using a computer as the backbone of it. A long time ago you used to have to pretty much invest thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars into having your own studio. But what's great is now with even just a laptop and all the other stuff that goes with it, you can really do all your own recording. So I prefer to use a laptop because, you know, I like being mobile, and for even performance type stuff I can not only just have it for the studio but also take it with me. So that's one of the advantages. I'm not going to get into the whole Mac versus PC debate. That's for somewhere else at another time. But no matter what you're using, having a computer with plenty of RAM and some good software is really what you're going to start out on. Okay, now as far as the sound card goes, sometimes sites will call them audio interface. But I use a Native Instruments Audio 8, great sound card. Basically, because I'm usually doing stuff with turntables and other digital type stuff, I don't really need a lot of 1/4 inch and XLR inputs and outputs. That would be something really great to have though, if you're looking into recording you know, guitars, piano, other instruments, you know, any of those types of things. You're going to want either more mic inputs like this or just a, you know, 1/4 inch instrument input. This has multiple inputs and outputs, and basically what's great about it is this kind of is what I'm using to basically get audio from another source into the laptop, or from the laptop out to sources in a lot of different ways. So rather than just using, you know, on your laptop or computer, just your regular plug input and output, which really aren't top quality anyway, rather than using that, you get a really good robust interface to where you can really get great quality coming in and out. Okay, now let's take a quick look at our workspace. Having a desk that can be as dedicated to music as possible is pretty good, but I'm sort of a clean freak anyway, so I like to have everything really just kind of simple and lots of open space. So right here is pretty much the main area that I work on. And then over here, just got plenty of extra other desk space just to, you know, kind of work with for other projects and different things like that. It's okay if you don't have it, but it can be really great. I just picked up most of my desk stuff at IKEA, and it's worked out really great. So now let's take a closer look in at monitor placement and a couple of other close-ups of different items, MIDI controllers, and stuff like that. Okay, so as you can see, I've kind of elevated the laptop and another small mixer just kind of up. Under that, I've just got the sound card and a couple of other things. really quick, let's look at particular monitor placement, because I've seen a lot of people just basically throw their monitors anywhere that they can, and they're like laying on their sides and upside down, and you know, all kind of different levels. It's really important to try to get good placement, because if you don't have them placed right, then you're not really hearing them the way they should. So as you can see right here, the key to good monitor placement is to have them in a pretty much like a triangle from where you're sitting and where your ears are, equal distance apart from you and each of your monitors. So when you have this, this is pretty much ideal monitor placement. Now, as you can see, you know, I've got my Kai MPD32 right there close by for any kind of drum programming, or when I'm working on, you know, pretty much setting up some of the live stuff that I do. Over here, I've got my MIDI keyboard. It's an Axiom 25 made by M-Audio. Great controller, especially if you don't have a lot of space. Want something with some good features. And of course, right down there with the blue light on it, having an external hard drive can really help in a lot of times when you might lose some of your projects, because no matter how faithful you think whatever computer you have is, it's always great to have it backed up on something else. Alright, so as far as recording music, for those of you who aren't aware of it, there's a difference between MIDI controllers and other instruments. MIDI controllers don't really make any sounds in and of themselves. So I'm going to actually make another video especially talking about why you don't load sounds onto your MPD32 or your Axiom, or any of these other questions that some people have been asking me about. MIDI instruments actually basically record MIDI notes that your software then plays, or other hardware, but usually in this context, the other software uses those notes to trigger sounds that it creates. So anyway, if you're still confused and you know, don't really have any clue what I'm talking about, go to Wikipedia, go to Google, do some of the own basic research, and you'll really find a lot of answers to some of the questions that you might have. So basically, for a basic setup, you've got a computer, you have a sound card that basically kind of captures or disperses audio, basically an input and output. And then you've got some MIDI controllers, and then of course you can bring any of your other analog instruments into the mix, or even microphones, things like that, and use those in conjunction with your sound card to you know, basically to record your music. I think that's pretty much it. So I hope you learned some good tips and just a little bit of an idea of how basic a setup you can use to really make great music. Thanks.
Shake it to the ground. You can bring it back up and make the fellas say damn. Shorty, how you manage to do that? The way I shake it, I be bringing all the boys to the yard. I take the money from the suckers, I be playing my cards. When I be shaking my boots, say, you know it's a drink. I be blowing they mind, I make them niggas feel less. All my ladies, if you shake it, then you know it's a rap. We be throwing it back, we make them throw that sex. And I'm a young Miss Sexy, real girl small, fake girl soft, real girl shake, fake girl say, girl rah rah. I'm the one that's great, and I'ma take it to the ground, bring it back up, twirl it all around, yeah, you know what's up. I'ma take it to the ground and bring it back up, and twirl it all around, yeah, you know what's up. Shake, 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 shake.